Let's get my next guest out. She's one of the finest actresses in Hollywood right now. It's the charming and beautiful Amanda Seyfried. Lovely to meet you. Come and have a sit down and relax, get comfortable. Amanda here. How nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's been a long trip.
Oh, yeah. Where from?
I was just in the green room
back
I see. There.
Okay. Hey, Mamma Mia, who imagined that would be the success it was? I mean, it just went crazy, didn't it?
I can't even believe what happened with that movie. it was a huge success on the stage for years and years and years. And, you know, ABBA just, it's classic. I mean, that music just sits in your head for so long. You can't stop singing it under your breath. And after a while, we got really annoyed with it, especially because all I had in my head was Our Last Summer, sung by the lovely Colin Firth, which he's good.
He's got the voice. It could have been worse. You could have had one of the ones that Pierce was singing in your head, because he...
Yeah, no, I did have SOS in my head.
He kind of croaked him out, didn't he? I
thought he was really good.
He's lovely. He's lovely and charming, but you know he would never win a karaoke contest, would he? Here's the weird thing, though, and it's not weird, but I find it remarkable, is Mamma Mia is the highest-grossing musical film of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what's also really weird is that I just found out that, well, I worked on a movie, and this is a non sequitur, but I just did a movie about the porn industry, and Deep Throat, the movie, the feature-length film porn movie, actually grossed the same amount as Mamma Mia. Wow. We can talk about it later, though. Wow. Yeah. Wow. $600 million.
And that didn't even have Meryl Streep in it.
It just had vaginas and penises together in a room.
But you know what? Don't underestimate the appeal of those two performers.
You're right. It was a lot of good acting and
well, I'll ask you about that, because this is a fascinating topic. Maybe we should talk about this now. This is the movie about the life of Linda Lovelace, who was in the movie Deep Throat, and that was kind of the first kind of porn movie that came out and became a kind of overground hit, so to speak. It was a...
Yeah, I mean, it's like porn is just sex, and they wanted to create this little world, this little film, and they added some scenes with some dialogue, and they added a storyline, and then the sex scenes would be like way too long, and it would be really, it was actually really uncomfortable, the whole thing. When I watched it, I was forced to. And I feel like they just wanted to do that because they wanted more people to come to the theater, and it worked.
Well, I was forced to watch it years ago as well, and but what's so odd, I thought, was how kind of dated it was. I mean, for a movie it made that huge amount of money.
Pubic hair.
Yeah, well, that's the... Yeah. So you noticed there was more hair going on than you expected.
Yeah, there was a lot of hair. There was a lot of pubic hair, which I think actually looks really good, to be honest. What do you think, Keeper?
Pretzel. Joking aside about that film, I'm looking forward to that film because it's a compelling and quite desperate story, the story of that woman's life.
That's the thing, it's a terrible story. When you say Linda Lovelace to somebody, most people will just imagine, most people just know the idea of her. But her life story was so dark and so traumatic and violent, and she was kind of forced into this world, this porn world, and I feel like we're finally giving her a voice.
But it's great because you know, I can't think of a better young actress to play her, and also you have a great cast in it. You've got
we have the best cast.
Well, you did have Demi Moore for a while, and then she couldn't finish the film. Is that right? Or did she start even?
And that's the thing about it. It's like she was ill, and so she couldn't show up. But you know, when we found out she wasn't coming to work, we were just like, shit. But the fact is, she couldn't come, so we had to find somebody else. And so I emailed Sarah Jessica Parker.
So you just emailed someone and said, would you fill in?
Yeah, because I feel like when it comes from a personal point, I mean, everything's so businessy, and you have to find some kind of connection in this business if you want to get, if you want to get what you want. And I really, really love her, and so I just emailed her, and I think it worked. Well, something happened, and she came, she showed up a couple days later.
But that's a great part for her to have, because we're used to seeing her in slightly frothier kind of roles, aren't we? So for her to play something...
badass in this role.
I'm looking forward to that tremendously. Now, is this true that you have, I believe, that you have a collection or an interest in taxidermy in stuffed animals?
Compared to yours, it's very small.
We're talking about the stuffed animals here. But you have how many stuffed animals do you have?
I recently decided I was going to start building a parliament of owls because I only have one. Her name's Beatrix. She's in New York. I never see her. But I have a horse, a miniature horse. It's a baby, so it's quite small. It's much bigger than my dog, but his name's Antoine. He's from Derol in Paris.
Where did you get the horse? Did someone buy the horse for you?
I bought him in Paris, and he was sitting with every kind of animal you could possibly imagine. Giraffes, zebras, elephants, like scorpions, bunny rabbits, and they were all sitting, and it was the most incredible installation, and that's when I decided that this was going to be a lifelong hobby.
So you're going to collect taxidermy?
Yeah, I like animals. When taxidermy is done well, it's an amazing piece of art, and I love animals, and they're very easy to take care of when they're dead.
Yeah. If I had the power to give you any of the men in the green room stuffed after their death, which one of those three would you want in your life?
Well, okay.
I mean, Paul is pretending not to be interested, but I think he wants him more than the rest. He'd look better
I would give Paul to my sister, and I would give Kiefer to my publicist, because we have the same publicist. And you'd keep
Freddie for yourself?
Freddie, you've got...
Freddie looking all nonchalant. He loves the fact he won the taxidermy competition.
No, I'm saying I'm getting Paul and Kiefer stuffed.
Yeah, you don't want Freddie stuffed at all. You want to keep Freddie alive.
Well, I just don't... I mean, yeah, I guess I keep you for myself. Yep.
Wow.
I mean, I would taxidermy all of them and give them away as gifts. That's what I'm saying.
That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Well, I like to think that maybe we've achieved some kind of lovely situation here. All right, listen. You've made so many films I've enjoyed. There's a new movie out right now, and I hope people will go and see this and enjoy this as well. It's called Gone. Tell us about the story of this. What's the plot?
It's a lot of my face close up, just to warn you. But it's a thriller. It's a really good thriller.
Why would you say that? It's a lot of my face close up just to warn you.
You gotta know before you go in. You know what I mean?
You must know you're a very attractive young woman.
Thank you.
Well, were you fishing for compliments there? What was going on? What was that?
Yeah,
is that what
it really was.
Are you that needy?
I'm a little bit insecure about
Why are you insecure?
Stop it. Would I be an actor if I weren't?
I suppose so. There is a kind of desperate thing most actors and actresses give up, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a thriller. It's a really good thriller. It's a small movie. We made it in Portland, one of the best cities in the world.
It's a very intense character you play in this. She's kind of...
I look really intense, don't I?
You do. You look very nice, very intense. Is she meant to be mad, or people think she's mad?
Her sister's been kidnapped in the beginning of the film, and she thinks about the same guy that kidnapped her, and she was able to get away. She thinks he's a serial killer, and basically she is kind of running from the law because the cops don't believe that there's anything wrong at all. And she's also carrying a firearm, which is illegal for someone who's been in a mental institution. Which is also a background of my character.
Even in America, they don't let people from mental institutions carry guns? I thought they were relaxed right across the board.
No, especially in America.
You know what? You're not at all what I expected, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I found you just... No, because sometimes you meet... You know, a lot of time actresses, but you're fun, and you're also kind of slightly mental, and that's really refreshing.
Thank you.
It's a nice thing. It's a lovely thing. How lovely. What a charming guest. Go and see Gone when it comes out. You'll see Amanda in action. The lovely Amanda Seyfried, ladies and gentlemen. Well,